this year, but yours is down here, right? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 8th grade promotion for the graduating class of 2029. I'd like to start by thanking all of you for being here this morning. With us today are parents, caregivers, community members, families, faculty, staff, and students. It's such an incredible representation of the ACSD community and a true reminder of how important these near 9th graders are to all of us. To prepare this speech, I turned to Yardsticks, which is a book that offers snapshots of kids' developmental stages. These snapshots have helped me and the grown-ups around you understand what is going on when we are baffled, overwhelmed, confused, or exhausted by how to interact with and understand you. Describing students your age, it says, "The question, who am I, seems best answered in terms of who are we. 14s are moving steadily towards peers and away from parents and teachers as the central figures in their lives. They bond in small social groups, travel street and school together, and pour enormous physical, emotional, and cognitive energy into developing an adolescent subculture. These are steps in the distancing dance, outward signs that they are doing the all-important inward work of their age, forging a stronger sense of both personal and group identity. As 8th graders, I have seen you learn the steps of this distancing dance. I'm sure your family members have too, but I want to bring you back to 3 years ago because your healthy distancing is built on a very solid bedrock of adaptability and care. 3 years ago, you and I were both the new kids at Mums. Yardstick says 11s are in a sense electrified. And yeah, remember our first weeks together here? This place was a little bananas. When things are new and the energy is electric, a school can feel chaotic and confusing. The culture is unpredictable and it's fragile. But you rose to the challenge. As 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, you quietly found your space, you found your people, and you found things that mattered most to you. Then you set to work quietly and persistently to address the challenges at Mums. You responded with a unique type of adaptability and care that helped form a new subculture at Mums that makes it better for everyone. There were some big changes and challenges at Mums during your time here, from our cell phone policy to our new schedule, and new schedule, and new schedule, to how kids treat each other. You pushed back and you advocated in ways that made real change possible. You came with evidence. You asked questions. You wanted to understand why things were the way they were. You told us the change you wanted, then you helped make that change happen. There's a lot here, so hold on a second. You brought joy and vibrant colors to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd annual fun runs. You helped lead our Mums Unified Soccer team to the gold medal at Vermont Special Olympics. You brought very good vibes to March Madness volleyball. You displayed talent and bravery at the 1st annual sold-out talent show. You filled the activities at the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Neurodiversity Awareness Weeks. You took on Friday announcements for our whole school. A cohort of you went to the Vermont Association of Middle-Level Learners to learn from the change that other middle school students have created at their schools so you could bring it to life here at Mums. You were masterful peer leaders for incoming 6th graders. You created a Best Buddies group and baked cookies for a bake sale and led workshops at the 6th grade Citizen Summit. You started new after-school clubs that now spill into our hallways. You offered tours and helped interview potential candidates for school and district positions. You collaborated with high school groups to bring TA activities around cultural awareness and implicit bias. Student council reps helped to lead Spirit Week's kindness campaign, which flooded our school with notes, posters, and moments of positivity to combat bullying. And you helped to develop PALS, a new peer leader group that will begin next year. What you've done while you were here is amazing, but I'm more impressed with how you've done it. You show up for each other and for grown-ups in ways that not everyone sees. You help Dustin fill water jugs for games. You wait for Preston at the compost to help him clean up for lunch. When a new student joins the school, you wrap around them. You told us when our efforts to address bullying and racism were not going far enough, and you spent time trying to do the hard and never-ending work of treating others with more kindness and more humanity. You are mastering things that us grown-ups haven't mastered yet. You offered a model for younger students about how to advocate for things that matter to them, and you were a model to all of us about how to make this place better. You made our school better. Your adaptability yielded a sense of stability, and then your care and your advocacy helped turn the electric current here into a forceful, focused energy for good. You couldn't have done it without your teachers, your school counselors, your nurses, your paraprofessionals, custodians, and all the grown-ups who helped you gain the skills and knowledge. You couldn't have enjoyed it as much without your parents, family members, and beloved adults who chaperoned dances, set up photo booths, organized the talent show, the color run, bake sales, DJ skate nights, and our 8th grade trip. But Mums wouldn't be what it is today without you. You gave us the gift of adapting to make our changes better, and the legacy of caring and kindness for each other. You reminded us it's not just what you do, but how you do it. How lucky the high school is to have you join them. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to invite up Teddy Curran, our first 8th grade speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Teachers, friends, family, and of course, the amazing class of 2029. Can you believe it? We actually made it through middle school. Over the past few years, we've learned a lot. Some of it was academic, like algebra and grammar, and some of it was more like survival skills, like how to walk down a crowded hallway without dropping all your binders, or how to speed eat lunch in 5 minutes. We've also had amazing teachers who have helped us through it all, like Mr. Day and Miss Grovey. Mr. Day, thank you for feeding us that amazing French toast when we were hungry. Miss Grovey, thank you for all the funny memories and being so supportive. Now we're heading into high school. It's a new beginning, and yeah, it's a little scary. But if we can survive middle school hallways, we can survive anything. To my classmates, thank you for the laughs and awkward moments. Thank you to my teachers for teaching me life and school skills and helping me through the tough times. Congratulations, class of 2029. I would now like to invite up Casey Wu.
Hello. For those who don't know me, I'm Casey. Some may recognize me as president and one of the founding members of Best Buddies, an active member of student council and a member of the volleyball team. Through the ups and downs at our times here, the main thing that's helped me were my friends. So I'd like to dedicate this speech to the many friends who have supported me and had funny times with me. This 8th grade class that showed me what real happiness is grew tons of laughter, smiles, and inside jokes. I'm thankful to have this opportunity to be part of this community. I love how this community can be such great friends with each other. It feels like yesterday I was in Miss Fun's class while she helped us with adding apples. And in 6th grade, I first learned the game of speedball in Miss Lass's room. The world is a beautiful place. Even if you don't see it now, you will someday. Go hang out with your friends, try the sport you've been too scared to try. If you get embarrassed, bring some of your friends, just try it out. Smile at the people around you, make new friends, and go out of your comfort zone and try that new food you think is gross, even though you never tried it before. Personally, mine is pickle radish. Spread happiness, trust me. It's a lot more work being mean than nice. Cherish your memories and have a great summer, moms. Next up is Vicky and Alex.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex.
And I'm Vicky. We're 8th graders at Moms and want to share our experience.
Middle school has been full of memories. Some were super fun, like school trips and school spirit weeks.
Some of these days were a little harder, like when people screamed in the hallway while you were taking the most important test of the quarter.
But we got through it.
Together!
Our friends made a huge difference. You were always there for us, whether it was helping us with homework.
Or just making us laugh when we needed it the most.
But seriously, thank you. You made school so much better.
But it wasn't just our friends that helped us.
It was our teachers too.
Like Miss Wood. Miss Wood has always matched my energy and appreciation for opossums.
Not to mention Mr. Day, whose humor and teaching makes Ling Lit a genuinely enjoyable subject.
As well as Siri DeLauro, who basically created a different kind of addiction with those stickers.
And we couldn't forget Mrs. Binder, whose way of teaching with the whiteboard is fun and engaging.
There's too many great staff at Moms to appreciate.
But we guarantee you, all of them are important. I think we've all grown a lot, and it's kind of scary to say goodbye to middle school.
But we're excited to see what's next.
I know it might be a little scary at first, but we made it this far.
And we're ready for new memories and new adventures. Let's keep being kind, stay strong, and keep cheering each other on. We've got this!
Please welcome Avery Thompson to the stand.
Hello, Mums students, families, and friends. My name is Avery Thompson, and I am a proud graduating 8th grader of Mums. This has been such an amazing journey with so many good memories. One of my favorite middle school memories is the first day of orientation in 6th grade. Not the step-up day that everyone attended, but the day before school started when we all came in toward our schedules for the first time. The chaos and stress of not knowing where to go or how to get somewhere is funny now because as 8th graders, we know the school inside out. But at the time, I remember not knowing anything about the school or anyone here since I had just moved from California. So much was new. I'd never ridden a bus to school before or bought lunch in a cafeteria or met a single one of you. That was one of the scariest days of middle school for me. But I wasn't alone because it turned out so many other kids were just as scared as I was. Yet, in all of the chaos, people connected and made friends. They found old friends and ones they hadn't seen in a while. And that first day, almost 3 years ago, many of us met the people we now call our best friends. The feeling of that first day has become a memory I draw on when I'm feeling nervous about trying something new. Because for me, it's the feeling of being in a new situation with new people and knowing we're all in this together. So thank you, Mums faculty and staff, for making these 3 years possible. And thank you to all the families and friends who have cheered us on from the start of 6th grade. And if in August you are feeling a little nervous about the first day of high school, like I know I will, just remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together. Now please welcome Isabel.
Hey everyone, my name is Isabel and I'm one of the graduating 8th graders. I hope all families recognize how we got here. Whether we strived for 8s or ran through the halls screaming, we managed to get our very own middle school graduation. In high school, some of us may play sports or join new clubs, but I know all of us will grow into new people. New people might sound intimidating to parents and students alike. After all, the 8th graders have practically grown up together, and of course, our families have been with us since the very beginning. But as humans, especially kids, we've been changing for a long time, and we will continue to. And I see nothing wrong with that. Although we may want moments to freeze in time, or maybe disappear altogether, life stops for no one, and that really is the fun of it. Because even though we 8th graders seem to think of high school as the finale, I want to remind everyone, parents and students, that it really is only the beginning. We still have the rest of our lives to continue living, to continue striving to do our best and make mistakes, to create the things we've dreamed of and improve the things that hurt us, to become not just an adult, but someone we can be proud of and someone that we feel is worth our efforts and sacrifices. My mom is always telling me that growing into an adult isn't just a pile of world-ending responsibilities being dropped on you. It's an equal exchange of responsibilities. New ones replace the old ones. And in exchange, we get the freedom I know we will make the most of throughout high school and beyond. Good luck, class of 2029. Thank you.
Isabel. Thank you to our student speakers. At this time, we will present our certificates for our 8th graders.
Bryce Abear. Reed Allen. Elise Almstrand. Cole Andrews. Justin Andrews. Zoe Andrews. Addie Arsenal. Parker Austin. Peyton Bacon. Mariah Baker. Nyla Balanis. Isabel Betancourt. Sophia Betancourt. Owen Bevere. Charlie Bishop. Emerson Blair. Ezra Livens. Tyler Livens. Ari Blodgett. Eric Bowe. Alyssa Bolduc. Willow Brown. Colton Butler. Jackson Butterfield. Arthur Calvi. Rory Tate. Aiden Christo. Haley Clark. Sydney Clark. Sherrod Coleman. Teddy Curran. Sophie Donor. Brady Duguay. Sarah Duplessis. Bo Dupree. Anna Dutton. Bella Dwight. Carter Emilio. Annalisa Aramo. Celia Fallis. Walter Farnsworth. Julian Fernandez Aleniak. Newt Finch. Connor Forbes. Hunter Freeman. Maddie Gabori. Alice Giotti. Alex Garcia. Vicky Garcia. Quentin Giro. Ruby Gilbo. Zia Hamilton. Holly Hendershot. Jackie Henderson. Nice job, Jackie. William Henderson. Finn Henty. Olivia Hustis. Lily Hughes. Molly Hughes. Josephine Ives. Chloe Pretchell. Aiden LaFountain. Linus Lamb. Jacob LaRose. Melissa Lawton. Ethan Lee. Callie Lenahan. Penny Licken. Braden Litchfield Friend. Hartley Littlefield. Dana Livesay. Xander Liu. Candace Levinsky. Summer Lugahart. Cecilia Luke. Daisy Madden. Watson Malcolm. Lydia Melzak. Connor Manny. Zaria McDowell. Liam McGettrick. Morgan McNulty. Grace Michael. Mia Miranda Nagaiza. Billy Mitchell. Taven Mitchell. Ruby Murphy. Emmett Peltier. Renee Plouffe. Mitzi Padushnik. Damian Poon. Helen Quayle. Emma Quinn. Owen Ralph. Jenny Rathbun. Emerson Raymond. Avalon Rayum. Ryan Rayum. Cheyenne Ross. Orion Shar. Lachlan Sears. Macy Selig. Noah Sheldrick. Declan Sims. Jaspreet Singh. Alex Sinks. Victor Sponheimer. Novalee Spurlock. Leo Swenton. Tyler Tatro. Millie Tenney. Albert Thalen. Avery Thompson. Livy Thompson. Luke Waters. Finley Weaver. Emily Wedge. Sophia Welch. Theo West. Emma White. Una Wildwood. Amelie Wilhelm. Harper Wilson. Lucas Wing. Ava Wood. Caitlin Wood. Casey Wu. Marco Zolo. if we can give one more round of applause as a congratulations to our class of 2029.
All right, at this time, we're going to cue up our slideshow. It's going to get dark in here. I'm just letting people know ahead of time. We're going to be looking at that wall if you want to adjust yourself so you can see better. write a special thank you to all the adults who helped put the slideshow together. It really is an amazing representation of all of your time here. At this time, I'd like to welcome Principal of MUHS, Caitlin Steele, to say a few words of welcome to the graduating class of 2029.
There are already so many familiar faces in this room. We're excited to have you at MUHS with us. This is a little fact that you might not know. Yesterday, Principal Wiesel and I were together as parents at the 8th grade move-up breakfast at Mount Abe. So we are here with your students at MUMS and MUHS, and parents, we are with you on this journey more than you may have known. Hello, 8th graders. It was so fun to have you at the high school a couple of weeks ago, and we can't wait for you to join us full-time in August as the newest members of the MUHS community. Families, if you're new to Middlebury Union High School, welcome. Principal Wiesel and I, along with our incredible teams, have been working closely together to support a smooth and supportive transition from MUMS to MUHS. We are so excited to officially welcome your child to the high school. One of the things I love most about MUHS is the community of people who make it such a special place. I feel lucky every day to work with educators who are creative, caring, and committed to helping students grow. But more than anything, it's the students who bring our school to life. At MUHS, our students are musicians, athletes, artists, scholars, and creators. Some dive deep into one passion, others try a bit of everything. High school is the perfect time to explore what lights you up, to take chances, to meet new people, and discover what you love. We hope you'll try out for a sport, perform in a play, join a club, or better yet, start one. This is your time to explore and define who you want to be. We offer a wide range of academic programs at MUHS. In 9th and 10th grades, you'll have some choice to take electives that you want. But as you get older and earn more credits, more and more, you'll have the opportunity to shape your own path. You're all IB students here, and you will be at the high school too. Maybe you've heard of the IB Diploma Program, the DP. It's a challenging course of study for 11th and 12th graders, and even if you're not sure it's for you, keep an open mind. There are a lot of ways to engage in the DP, whether it's through the full program or just a few courses. But you might also be interested in the Hannaford Career Center. It's just a short walk down the ramp from MUHS, and it's an amazing place to study culinary arts, sustainable agriculture, construction technology, industrial design, and much more. If you're even a little bit intrigued by a career in technical education, I encourage you to consider one of their pre-tech programs in 9th or 10th grade to try it out. We also offer independent studies, community service, work-based learning experiences. There are so many opportunities waiting for you, and our team is here to support you every step of the way. So my hope for you is this: arrive at MUHS in August with an open mind and a willingness to try new things. Challenge yourself, be curious, be bold, and know that we are ready and excited to help you grow into the person you're becoming. Have a wonderful summer, rest, have fun, and get ready. Next year is going to be great.
Thank you, Principal Steele. We're going to wrap up our ceremony with some closing remarks from Rory Kate.
Hello, 8th graders. My name is Rory, and I've been a student at MUMS for 3 years. I wanted to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to my teachers for always looking out for us and our futures. Thank you to our parents for supporting us. And my final thank you is to my classmates for making MUMS feel like home. I cannot say how much it means to have friends who will support you and stand by you even at your worst. As the next 8th graders arrive year after year, my advice is to work hard. Be a role model and show the younger students what it means, what the MUMS community is all about. Take the time to say thank you to the teachers who have devoted their lives to helping others.
Focus and practice on the summatives that seem endless. Trust me, they will pay off. Be curious and ask questions until you understand. Keep an open mind and embrace what's around you. Hold tight to the memories that you have and keep making new ones. By working hard, you will be leaving moms with a smile, as well as the footprints that show what it means to be a tiger. Now, looking at what awaits us only a couple months away, I think it's just safe to say that most of us are terrified. High school is going to be different, and the only familiar thing is going to be each other. Let's take risks, explore new things, and get lost in the endless hallways. Meet new people and meet new people. Let's remember to hold onto the relationships we made at MUMS and continue to support and encourage the people around us. In high school, we get another chance to learn more about ourselves and the world around us. We get an opportunity to make things that once seemed impossible possible, like homework. 3 years ago, the word high school felt like something out of a fairy tale. And now here we are, pens in hand, ready to write our own stories. Goodbye, mums, and thank you for everything. High school won't know hit 'em.
Thank you, Rory. In general, thank you is not an adequate word to express how grateful I am for all that you have done to support your students at MUMS these last 3 years. And proud doesn't begin to describe how I feel about this tremendous class of 2029. You are awesome. You will do great things in the days, months, and year ahead. Best of luck as you embark on your new adventure. Have a great summer and come back and visit us when you are able. This concludes our class of 2029 promotion. At this time, our students will recess from the gymnasium. We hope that you will join us on the blacktop behind the cafeteria for a cookout and cake. Thank you for being here.